Time to unmute myself on stream. There we go. Everybody can hear me now. Words!
Words!
We love words.
I love reading in words.
Yeah! Hang on, let me put the actual playlist
Whoop.
on here. Okay. So, I feel like we're at the point where my Spotify is crashing. Not what I was trying to say, but that is the case. Is everything else okay? Well, okay, it's fine now. It's fine now. It's just, it was freezing. We're good. Words, language, words. We're back. We're back to talk about weird, fucked up sports games. Let me go back to the timeline here. Come on, website. You. Also, E4 Sibber Dev. Thank you, Sibber. Thank you, Society of Internet Blaseball Research. I love you. French. I don't know that
French.
one. Cario Pogo in my chat because we said words, language, French. Right.
Yes.
The only language I even vaguely understand aside from English is maybe a little bit of Spanish, only just through osmosis.
I know a tad bit of French. I had to learn it.
Yahoo!
I don't remember it. It's a little difficult.
Let me just scroll all the way down to like season 20 on this fucking page.
Oh.
Library Parker. Okay. Okay. So we are back to talking about fucking sports ball. And there were a few things I kind of wanted to talk about before we really got into this. A lot of this being like some things we can just kind of recap, things we can go back over, kind of a general rundown of things that we've come to understand are happening. Because so much is happening. Oh my god, so much is happening. I click and I go to the page where we got the funny squid guy. Hello, buddy. The nice thing about Sibbers before, it tells you right at the top the exact day and time this happened. So we're looking at the website as it was on June 13th, 2021 at 10:45 p.m. So you can see why I had to stay up late sometimes.
Or 10:45. Oh my god.
10:45 p.m. my time. Sometimes I would have to stay up late if I wanted to catch these things. Oftentimes there was no warning when these things would happen, and I would just wake up and be like, "Oh, what do you mean the squid showed up last night? What did he say?" Good morning. So let me try and think. So everything since... I'm gonna kind of do a general recap of everything I know since the giant peanut got killed, because I feel like the plot line for the first era of the game was pretty straightforward. Giant peanut god mad at us for treating the game like a joke and liking our characters too much. We liked our characters so much that a giant team of our favorite dead players came together and we fought God, and Peanut God got eaten by funny squid guy here. That was the first plot. That's pretty much all there was. After that, there was some weird court case that happened with fans arguing with upper management, which resulted in the Commissioner Parker McMillan III dying. He was replaced with Parker McMillan IV. Parker McMillan IV ended up getting, I don't know, fucking like abducted by aliens or some shit. So we got Parker McMillan V. We learned that this game is being run by, we could just call her administration, management, the boss. She's basically just a giant coin. She's the one in charge of the game. She was doing wire fraud. She seems to be really focused on making this game as financially profitable as possible, to the detriment of both the fans and the players. It seems like she put the squid in charge of the cafeteria, the gift shop, the concession stands. He's supposed to be the one in charge of watching over what's basically hell, and now he's working a minimum wage job and he's too tired to do anything. My poor giant squid friend. I love you, Squiddy. Every single season we used to get a tarot card reading for free, until the tarot card readers seemed to have enough of the boss's bullshit and started trying to improve things for the fans. Made it so the players were going to be being injured less often. The fans were given more options to vote for because the boss seemed to be manipulating the voting system a little bit, not giving us options or forcing us to vote for things we didn't want. But in the end, it was all just a giant fucking mess. That's how we are at this point. I'm gonna skip ahead to when the squid's done talking, because I want to go over a few things on the webpage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to 11 p.m. on June the 13th. Give it a second to load. Or not. Hey, page. Give me a second. This website's not exactly perfect, as you could probably guess. It's not easy going through this shit. Let's go to opening day. Info, the hall, the book. Hang on. No, we gotta get to the, like, halfway. Let's go to late siesta. Okay. There we go, we got the depth chart now. Okay. So, a few things
Hello,
I wanted
everyone.
to...
Tom Scott here, and today I am trapped at the south side of Chicago.
Wanye! Hey man, I just went live! Yo,
Let's
yo!
go.
What's up, Wanye? Yay, my one. What's up, buddy? I am attempting to kind of recap everything I was talking about last stream. To anybody who is being rated into this stream, which is a good number of you, it seems 10 of you, I am sorry to tell you, I am just about to wrap up the most insane fucking plot that has ever existed, with a little bit of a summary prior. Whimsy, hi!
Oh.
Still working on that modestly sized sugarcane farm. The fact that you're still working on it really proves just how modest it is. Thanks for your gift of yesterday, the sub to Wanya. No problem, man. It just, I wanted to be part of that hype train because I thought it was silly.
Silly.
But, I don't remember... Wanya, you haven't rated me during this event before, have you? I can't remember if you've rated me during my previous streams of this. But how I getting that when yesterday connected in Twitch and never followed him, I don't know. I haven't.
Crazy.
Okay. I am so sorry for what I'm about to do to all of you.
Oh boy.
So, I am currently trying to explain the entire plot of a game called Blaseball. It is... I call it a game, but it's less of a game and more of a cultural event. That's the best way to refer to it as. I think I missed out because of time zone, maybe. I want you to understand, this is my third stream trying to recap what this is. The last two streams were at least 4 hours each. So this is a very big, very bullshit, very stupid game where there is so much to explain. So nice to meet you guys. I'm from Spanish, not Germany, and I don't talk so good in English. That's fine. Good to have you. But, oh, these follows. Good having you. Yippee. Yippee. So I'm trying my best to try and explain what this game is, because on the surface, funny water joke game, on the surface this is a sports game. On the surface this is a baseball simulator. Let's go season... What is this game? What season am I on? 2073? Season 20, day 74. On the surface, this was a baseball simulator. I say was because this game is dead now. Oh my god, violence. Why did you kill Wanye? You're out for 10 minutes. I'll see you in 10 minutes, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what it's for. That's why I included it. The violence must live on. Look at the sport I'm talking about. I'm talking about a baseball blood sport. Of course you have to kill somebody when you're here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, on the surface, this is a baseball simulator. But it does not take long in watching this game for you to realize this is so much worse than a baseball simulator. Is that an invitation? Are there volunteers for people to fight? Listen, the redeem is there. You could use it when you want. Just as an example of what I'm talking about, in terms of this being a blood sport baseball game, you see this little red dot next to the team's name? That's like flashing red. That's a warning. That means there's sharks in the water. They're gonna be attacked by sharks.
Oh yeah, the sharks. Oh god,
These players
the
are gonna be attacked by sharks. At least they
Oh,
can.
God.
It's random. It lowers their stats. I'm opening up Microsoft Paint again. Goku went to court. Yeah, Goku went to court. Goku went to court, tried to Kamehameha a judge, and the judge, who is also the jury and executioner, claimed that Goku was in contempt of court and fucking murdered him.
Yep, Goku.
Finally,
R.I.P.
baseball made
Goku.
interesting. Just add sharks. Yeah. Not only is it not only is it interesting because of the sharks, but also the umpires can just get mad at you and kill you.
Yeah, that too.
Sometimes there's solar eclipses in the sky, and then
Sometimes there's
the umpires
black
go
holes.
evil, and then they look at you funny, and then you explode into fire and you die.
Sometimes the players turn into peanuts. The
True.
birds attack peanuts.
You get attacked by birds. Anyway, I'm opening up MS Paint.
Mhm.
Window capture. Is this the window capture here? It could be. Yes, it is. Exclamation point peanut. W implode. Okay. I'm gonna move this over behind me a little bit so I can kind of have the game here as well, because if I click on a team, say the firefighters, my favorite team in the game, the firefighters, my beloved firefighters, and I click on info, you can see the thing we've learned about that is like the most interesting is this E density score.
Yep.
The best way for me to explain what is going on here is that Blaseball, as we know it, I'm gonna pull up a pen here. Is this good enough? Give me a pen, like an actual pen, to make it pretty. Stop throwing balls at me! Are you able to just hang on? Is exclamation point baseball just a command that works? That never even occurred to me. Does that actually just work? Hang on.
Oh.
I don't recall setting that up. How long has that been a thing? Oh, no.
I don't remember.
Okay, it's free now. I don't know. I think I might have set that up for winter, and it's been maybe in the background this whole time and I forgot about it. Oopsie. And congratulations, you found the infinite baseball cheat code.
Oh god.
Okay, so Blaseball, as we know it, basically exists in the universe itself is basically like a liquid in a way. It's like a giant ocean. And the plane of Blaseball, like the universe of Blaseball as we know it, floats on this like plane of the liquid is referred to as immateria. The galaxy is immateria. Let me move it here. You can have a round intended on your forehead by the end of stream. Yeah, I'm gonna around indent. Yes, yes. I'm gonna be dented to hell.
Oh, you've been dented. I thought.
I will be dented even worse.
Yes. Oh my god.
So, the universe basically, Blaseball as we know it exists in this, I guess, plane of space in a way, known as immateria. It's like an ocean. Maybe it's kind of like oil on water or something like that, where we are kind of just like in here. Like we are just kind of floating around in here somewhere. I don't know. E-density, as we've learned, as Blaseball goes on, is a weight value, a actual literal weight value that is based on how good your team is. Things such as how many stars your players have in their stats, how many wins your team has, your win-loss record, how many runs you've scored, any number of random bullshit. Before I get timed out again, I'll wish you good night. See you around. See you, Anya. Thanks for rating. So, we have this weight value, and it has a level ranking that ranges from D3 or 3D to 2D to D, C, B, low A, and eventually it's just like screaming. I don't know if I had a chance to show that, but I don't know which of these teams is a good one to give an example of, because low A. Is anybody here more than low A? Low A. I know when Chorby was around, the team was just A.
Hey.
And screaming. They are screaming because they are being attacked by sharks constantly. So, as the rank goes up, not only is the... Let's just say this is like one single team, right? As your team gets heavier, you begin to sink in through the materia, and eventually you cross this point, which is like the A rank. I believe, if I remember correctly, you start getting attacked by sharks as soon as you pass, or you go below sea level, I think was the joke. If your level went below sea, if you went below sea level, then you'd start encountering the consumers, which are literally fucking sharks who swim around in the water, and they bite your players. I don't know, really shitty shark here. Yeah. And if they bite your players, their stats drop. So you'll just be in the middle of watching a baseball game, and your team will, like, score a bunch of runs, and then their level will drop to below sea level, and then the next game will start playing, and you might notice one of your players get attacked by a shark out of nowhere. One thing I wish, and I desperately wish I could show you, is the math that goes behind determining the exact E density and your level, because somebody had put together, what was it? Somebody had kept track of the numbers on this, and they were paying attention to how things worked, because they had noticed something really weird happened where, like, a team gained a bunch of E density really quickly. It wasn't because of Chorby, but maybe it was Chorby. A team just gained a whole bunch of E density really fast, and their level shot to, like, AAA the very next game, and then the very next game after that, it was at, I think, just 1A, and then the game after that, it was at, like, 3A. And they're like, why did it spike all the way down to, like, the lowest depths of the immateria, only for it to bounce back up again and settle in the middle? It's almost like there's, like, it's like following real-life physics or something if you were to drop a marble into, like, a bowl of molasses or something. How am I doing? I'm doing good, Drago. Why are you not talking? Hang on. Why is my little guy not talking? Jeremy, why are you not talking? Huh? I didn't change anything. Trying to redeem it so I could try it again. Jeremy? I think I'm on a cooldown. But yeah, somebody pointed out that the E-density score seemed to react in the way that, like, real water would. Let's say you drop something into a bowl of molasses. Like, you drop it, it would go all the way down, but then it would, like, balance itself out and land in the middle somewhere. Somebody put together a physics simulator, like an actual real-life water physics simulator, and implemented all of the mathematics in terms of, like, Blaseball and watching the stats and stuff, and they found out in the background of Blaseball this entire time has been an actual constantly running liquid physics simulator that has been determining how your level is in terms of your density. So if you did gain a whole bunch of E-density all at once, you would just kind of spike down before finding a balancing point. It was fucking stupid. It's not like it's my first time knowing you, though. I guess not. It's just your first time chatting in here. How dare you call me Stinky? Unless it's like a new username type deal. I don't know. Let's see what. So yeah, in the background of Blaseball, there was a fucking water physics simulator running the entire time, and there was actually a way to use it. I wonder if I can look that up. I know it's dead nowadays. Liquid physics. SIBR. Oh, that's a PDF file. Yeah, PDF file. Okay. Not what I was looking for, but it's definitely something I could pull up. Leave me alone, Adobe. Acrobat, this one? Here we go. I got a fucking Adobe Acrobat file here. Of, like, actual liquid physics, water physics. Here's some Blaseball fans, like, actual physics research on how this whole function worked. Again, there was an actual liquid physics simulator running in the background of this fucking game at all times. Look at this! What is this? I don't know! And you can see, this is the part I'm kind of talking about here. If I could just kind of scroll over, please. This right here, I'm going to say, is probably the point where they had picked up Chorby.
What? Oh, huh. I
were you
came back.
gone?
What the fuck? Yeah, I was gone for a little bit. Got my food.
It's okay.
Huh? What am
I'm
I seeing?
Actual literal liquid physics simulation that was running in the background of Blaseball the whole time, and we had no idea.
Cool. Got it.
I could move this really quick, take it off screen. So somebody had noticed. I'll try to run it over again here. Back when Chorby had first joined the garages, within like a single game, their score went from like, I don't know, it was like from like B to like 5 A's, and then it went to like low A, and then it went to like AA, and then it went to like 4A, and then it went to 3A. And they're like, why is it like wobbling? Why is there like a bounce? Like nothing changed except for the fact that we got Chorby. And somebody put all the math together and realized there was an actual liquid physics simulation running in the background of Blaseball the whole time that was determining the level of the teams. So if you're watching the dark blue line on this chart, that's like the moment they got Chorby and how their level changed. So that the entire time the game was going, there has been constantly a liquid physics simulator running in basically slow motion in the background of the game. So they got, so I'll say the very first point, I wish I could point things out a little bit better on this chart. Jeremy, why are you not talking?
Jeremy?
I don't know why he's not talking.
That's rude.
Yeah. Everything I have is connected properly. I don't know why he's not talking. I don't know. Jeremy is just quiet today, I guess. But every single dot on this chart is a game day. So it started up in like the light blue, and then the very next day it was like at AA, and then it was all the way at like 4A, and then it was all the way at 5A, and then it like bounced up to 4A again, and then it was in 3, and then it went back down to 4 or something. And there was actually an entire website for this, and I wish I could find it, but going onto the Society of Internet Baseball Research website took me to that PDF file. I really want to be able to find the actual liquid physics simulator running in the background of Sibber, of Blaseball this whole time. If I just go to Sibber's website, maybe I can find something about it on there. SIBR. I want Sibber specifically, not SBIR. Nope, this is Society of Interdisciplinary Business Research? No, not that one.
No.
Sibber Blaseball. Sibber Home. There we go. I didn't realize Google was showing my fucking location. I'm getting doxxed on twitch.tv.
Ah! No!
I know. Is it on here anywhere? Research falsehoods. Falsehoods is a funny thing to look at later. That's a funny thing I can look at in a bit. That just opens up the PDF file again. Projects. Blaseball wiki. Levels. WDocs. Where's the level? Position overtime site. Oh my good lord! I don't know.
What? Where did it peak? How did it peak?
Cool. See, Blaseball fans were very normal about their statistics.
No. Hell yeah for statistics. It just, oh my god.
I know. Place was loaded. Blaseball wiki reference before. The scoreboard for the grind rails.
The
score list. One of the things fans were allowed to add to their ballpark was literal grind rails. It was a shortcut between, I think, first base and third base. You were able to take a shortcut between first base and then skip second base and go straight to third base. But in order to do it, you had to ride the grind rail, and your character could fall off the grind rail and eat shit and be out. But as they were doing the grind rail, random skateboard trick moves were just like named, and then it would provide them a randomly generated score, almost as if it was like a Tony Hawk combo or something. So that website is literally just like them keeping track of all the high scores to determine which player had the highest score. Horoscope level, Onomancer, playoff status, Reblaze. A tool to display all stadium renovations, simulating and taking screenshots of the hall monitor, the coin, and other NPCs. Cool. Stadium viewer, results of each player's at-bat and basic pitch performance. Vibes, which tool, finding which project you want. Why would you want to connect Blaseball by Telnet? Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking Telnet. Somebody connected Blaseball to Telnet for some fucking reason. I can't find it anywhere. I want to say, whatever this was with the levels, this is probably the closest we're gonna get right now. But there was an actual simulator where like it would show you every player and show them floating in water, and you can like add weight to them and like see how it would affect your team. And like fans were determining things based on that. So if I can go, oopsie. Is there a way to scroll back and forth on this? In a way. I'm zooming in too close, actually. How do I zoom out? I don't know how this chart works. You can kind of see the moment that the garages got their hands on Torby Soul with like this giant spike going down, and then they would bounce back up. I don't know what happened here, why they suddenly they like lost a bunch of weight, but then they gained it all again, and then they bounced out. Oh, these are I want to believe these are like the siestas, like maybe when the team is on break and not playing the games, they would like lose some weight and then they'd sink back down again when the games went back on, and then they have to bounce and settle back out again.
Probably.
That's my guess. You could see after we're currently talking about season 21 and we're going into season 22. Things are
So something's gonna happen in 22, and that's concerning.
It's mostly just the fact that now that the fans understood what E-density was, the game was constantly providing us ways of manipulating our own E-density as the game goes on. And the one reason you want to deal with E-density is, as you can see by the little emojis on the side of the screen, which if I zoom in, they'll be a little more obvious. As you get below sea level, you eventually hit low A, and that's when the sharks start happening. And you don't want your team to be attacked by sharks, because being attacked by sharks makes you lose points and lose stats, and it's bad, and you don't want your players attacked. If your team gets attacked by sharks, you play worse. So you gain less E density because your team is not as heavy as it used to be. But that doesn't change the fact that you're being attacked by sharks, and it's bad. Sibber is insane. I love these guys so much. Let me look at the falsehoods page really quick. It's funny. Falsehood number 1, there are 4 bases. Falsehood number 2, the strikeout is on 3 strikes. These are all just like things every baseball player should know that is not true about Blaseball. A team's name will not change. The pitcher must throw the ball. Teams must score at least one run to win. That's not true anymore. With the introduction of negatives, there were teams that had scored like 0, and the opponent scored like lost a point, and then the 0 team won. As the game went on, more and more of these kept getting added to the list. The number of bases won't change mid-game. The team will only play 1 game at a time. Players need to visit every base to score. Time is linear. I love the fucking this.
A player's names won't change mid-game. Like mid-game is like.
I wonder, are these still available?
Oh shit.
No. Wait. Oh my god, maybe.
Holy fuck.
Maybe this is like some of the only remaining Blaseball merch you can get your hands on nowadays on Sibber's website. I don't know.
Oh my god.
The salmon mug.
Ow.
Okay, so the baseball redeem doesn't just redeem baseballs, it redeems my entire collection. I just got hit with a hammer. Anyway, that's neat. Current chronicler, just a whole bunch of shit. I'm just looking at this website now, damn it. So what else? What else is there to talk about here? We understand that the boss is very much in favor of making this game as profitable as possible, even if that means it goes against the wills of the fans and the players. Here she is trying to implement more suns into the game. I don't know exactly why, because the suns apparently make her more money. The first sun was added to the game, if I could go to the standings page here, because the tarot card reader was trying to improve the game by making teams lighter. She was finding ways of reducing the E-density score so that teams would be attacked by sharks less often, so the fans trusted her. But it did make the game worse, but it was the only way to keep the team safe. And the boss didn't like that fact, so she implemented the sun to try and bring the games back to normal. And as you can see, there's like a pressure gauge on it, which is not cool, and she's adding more things for us to buy, more things for us to get in here in the elections. You're able to vote for more suns, because that's what she wants.
Because apparently you can't do loses as wins, apparently.
Yeah, she don't like that. I didn't have a chance to really show you the gift shop. I don't know if I can. I have to go back a day. 72. Here we go. So here's how the gift shop would work. You'd go onto the wish list, which I need to... Must buy pizza snack. Okay. I need a pizza in my inventory to go check out the gift shop wish list. So here, there was a bunch of things you could request in the gift shop. You were able to buy replicas of legendary players who were removed from the game for being supposedly too good. So here you can get a custom replica of Alden Cash Money, batting third in your team's lineup for the rest of the season. Some fans like to refer to these as Funko Pops. Your favorite player your favorite player got taken out of the game. They put them in the vault and then they started selling Funko Pops of those players.
Barbie Soul is in it. The first one.
Yeah. The Torby Soul replica did not have Torby Soul's soul attached to it, so it wasn't as heavy. It was just a soul that...
It was just Torby.
It was just a 0-star Torby without the drawback of it being super heavy. So it's just nothing. Why would you want Torby with stats 0 and everything? I don't fucking know. Here's a bunch of make your team soundproof for the rest of the season, have a pitching machine.
Pitching machine!
That's not the pitching machine, that's a replica of the pitching machine.
I don't care, it's pitching machine all the same.
Pick a random player in your rotation and they will receive an underhanded item. So they had the most busted item in the game. Get a custom replica of Torby in your lineup, Torby Soul batting edition. And then you're able to pick the things you wanted. And then you'd go into the gift shop page, hit gift, and you'd be able to donate as much money as you wanted to them. And if they maxed out their... I think this here... Something on here would tell you like how many gifts your team would receive. I think it capped at 3. And it was like the 3 most voted things you put on your wish list were the things you got. So fans were being incentivized to spend money on each other just to buy things from the gift shop. So more and more reasons to constantly keep buying things over and over again. Constantly spending your money while also trying to have the money for your votes. If I can go onto here, let me look for Uncle Plasma. Here's like they ended a player search function, which is nice. Oh god, what happened to you, Uncle Plasma? I'm not dealing with you. Here's Uncle Plasma holding a bat. I can check the feed. You can see like everything he ever did. Uncle Plasma entered a crime scene, investigated the meadow. This game there was like a like function where if you liked an event that happened, you could give it a peanut in the same way that you can give peanuts to players in the Hall of Flame as like a sign of courtesy. But it was basically like giving it a thumbs up on a social media page. And on the homepage of Blaseball, the most popular posts would be here at the top. So you can kind of see like what major events happened in the game because fans would think, haha, that's funny, peanut, and give it a peanut and put it on the page. So here was people being very concerned about the fact that the sun's pressure was raising. Here's a bunch of the messages from when the coin showed up, when the squid showed up. Here was a very fucking weird score that happened in the middle of a Moist Talkers game. Moist Talkers scored 3.199999993 unruns. So they like you can click here to go to the game in question, see exactly what happened. You can just look at every part of the game. Here's the team scoring a run. You just keep going. So hit a single, and just you could check.
Wait, so who scored the unruns? Noise Stalkers? Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but hell yeah.
This I don't know at this point. Drago. But either way, they still won in the end. They had 3.8 whatever the fuck 7 to 2 whatever the fuck 3. But this was a negative. They lost points for whatever this was. I don't know. This link to the game I can't even fucking tell you anymore. Consumers attack. Hero Fantic Foible defends. Aluminum clutch arms sunglasses damaged. So here's a guy defending himself from a shark with a pair of sunglasses. Drago attack Quadvoda. Ooh.
Ooh.
Here's a game in the middle of a flood weather event. A surge of materia rushed up from underneath. Base runners were swept from play. Walton Sports was swept elsewhere. Riley Firewall dove after Walton Sports. Walton Sports was flipped negative. The flood pumps activate. I don't remember what the flood pumps did, but this was the case of somebody being swept elsewhere because of the flood. A player named Riley Firewall had an ability. What is it? Undertaker. They'll dive, develop negatives. So Riley dove in, saved Walton. Walton came back, and Walton now has the negative trait, which means their E density is now worth negative compared to what it would normally be. You can see here that having items equipped like this cap actually improves their stats. So here's 5.02 plus 02. And are you noticing these numbers are really high compared to the numbers I showed you in the past? I didn't have a chance to show you the power creep at this point. Winnie, there was a player I had told you where I said, what was her name? Winnie Hess. There was a player I had told you to keep your eyes out on because I said she would be a perfect example of power creep.
Oh boy.
This is what's been going on. Players are starting to become very, very good at the game very quickly. We are constantly being provided ways of improving our stats. We are constantly being given all these new things, all these new items, all these new abilities. Where is... Socks, maybe Slam, Peanut, Cheapa, Isaac. Where is Gabriel? My buddy Gabriel.
Gabriel! Where is he? Where'd he go?
Gabriel Griffith. Are you on the Fridays right now? The one season you were on the Fridays? Here's my buddy Gabriel. Look at his stats.
Oh hell yeah! Look at Gabriel. That great Gabriel.
He was on a good number. He was on a good number of teams. I think he was originally on the Fridays or something, or he was on the Fridays for a long time. Came to the Firefighters. Was on the Firefighters for a very long time. Somebody wanted Gabriel back on the Fridays, so they traded him back to Hawaii for the Hawaii Fridays. And then the very next season, he was traded back to Chicago. So this was like the one season he was in Hawaii again. Whoopsie, they like passed him around. But yeah, this was just... I don't know when this guy was introduced to the game. He might have been here since day one, but god damn it, his stats were insane. Sadly, I can't just go back and... Well, I guess I could try.
Yeah.
Season 3, day 10. There's no search function back in Season 3. That was, like, old. I'm going to assume he was on the Fridays. Are you here, Gabriel? No. I don't know where Gabriel is. Was he on the... I know he was on the Lovers team for a while. You're not there. I don't know where the fuck Gabriel is. Whatever. Day 20, Season 20, day 75. We're going back. So what else is there I can talk about here? Shop. I've already went over this. The elections. We talked about the Suns. SpongeBob. Give all players with ego on your team roster the sponge modification. I can't even remember what sponge did. You can't just give me a thing to vote for that says SpongeBob.
I would see what sponge.
SpongeBob. I
Silly.
could jump to the end of the season and see what the election results were.
Yep.
Season 20 election results. I'll see who got SpongeBob and see what it did. Sponge. Here's Sponge. The Tigers team got SpongeBob. Bloods will be much more likely when this player is on base.
Oh, I
God.
don't want that.
Not nice.
Not nice.
That sounded like that sounded like a positive thing, probably, but it's bad. Look, you can even see how, like I said, this game goes by raffle. Tigers had put in 4% of the votes for SpongeBob, but the highest bidder was actually the Tacos, who put in 63% of all the votes for SpongeBob. So the Tigers got lucky. The poor Tacos actually really wanted this and they didn't get it. 8%. Let's see if we got any funny numbers here. Nobody really cared for Frankenbats. The Fridays actually really wanted this. They had 81% of votes for Strange Attractor. So they got what they wanted there. 30%, 6%, 35.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you'd see something where it's like they had 0% and you're like, oh. Oh, here. I saw Magnify. 1% of all garages votes went towards this and they got it. Let's see. Full votes. Garages Mag. I think when it came to this one, you were allowed to choose what player you put the effect on. So, although 61% of only 1% of people on the garages wanted Magnify, of that 1% of people, 61% of them said they wanted it to go on this player particularly. So it not only was it a 1% chance, but it was a 61% chance that this guy in particular would get it. It was always fun during the elections seeing what the chances of each thing were, because sometimes you'd get something stupid like that. You'd see a team where it's like, we like put 99% of the votes on this thing, and it's like, sorry, this one's the 1% because they got lucky. Anyway, so you can kind of see stuff is just getting way too fucking chaotic. Yeah, here's the Sun 30 being the vote that won, and you can see the pressure's building up pretty fucking quick. It's at 35% already.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I think I talked about this before. The boss basically said, okay, we're done with this fucking detective agency bullshit, and she like pulled Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend from the game and put them in the vault. So no more of this detective shit. So they both got legendary because they are in the vault now. This player is legendary. But because these players, well, this was interesting. We saw what happened. They got pulled from the ILB. Plasma completed their undercover assignments. They're done with their investigations. They both got legendary. Something happened we're not allowed to see. There was redacted text that happened. Liquid Friend was unscrambled, so he's no longer scrambled. He's now hard-boiled. More bullshit happened that we don't know because the game wouldn't tell us.
And they're stronger together.
And now that they're together, and now that they're together in the vault, they have the yoked ability, whatever that means. Again, we didn't talk about what that is, but it just means this player's yoked. Okay.
Yoked.
But that's good. Look, it's got like they're doing like little flexing. They got a little flexing pose. Good for them, I think. But yeah, even like during the elections, where it's like, okay, time to go for a break. Let's not tell you anything.
Let's keep you in the dark. The funnies.
Hi, Spark. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Good seeing ya. So, what is there else I could talk about?
Before we get into the whacking me with a wet trout.
Ah, yes, the trout.
The trout.
I'm trying to think what else I could talk about. I guess it refers to the depth chart. Going back, you cannot see this because the website does not work on OBS. I could throw this on here again.
The sharks.
Hello, Spark. Hello, friend. Good seeing ya. This is what the chart looks like. You just can't see it on the window capture for some reason. You got the shark. Bat. So, as I've mentioned before, there was a website called Blaseball 0, which had a picture of the gate. And there was a website called Blaseball 2, which had the desert. Actually, I think it was the other way around. I think Blaseball 2 had the gate, and Blaseball 0 had the desert. Not that I think it really matters. At this point, we came to understand that the depth chart was very blatantly about the E density. The heavier your team, the lower you were. The lighter your team, the higher you were. And fans were very curious about what would happen if you hit either side. Like, if you managed to hit the fucking maximum. Because obviously up here, it's all, like, on the upper half of the chart, it's all very safe until you get all the way to the top, in which it's a desert. And we know that from points 1 to 1.8, it's like shark-infested waters. but then at 2 it almost looks like the pearly gates of heaven.
Huh.
And we know when the crabs ascended at the end of season 10, that's where they went. They went to the gate. That's where, like, Blaseball 2 happened. That's where, like, ultimate Blaseball happens. Hope I'm okay, too. Oh, you're talking to Lucario Pogo. But yeah, I'm doing good, you guys. I'm doing fine. I'm glad to have you here, Spark. Good having you. Sorry you joined in while I'm talking about Blaseball.
Blaseball is...
You've joined in during a point in time in which I am just dumping information, and everything I say is gibberish. Came up with a good raid message. Yeah, Lucario got a good raid message. So fans were very curious about what would happen. Everybody wants to get out of the water, but everybody's also curious about if diving all the way to the bottom will also save them. Because if they dive all the way to the bottom of the water, would that mean they ascended? Would that mean they went to where the crabs went when they won the game? Because that's where they were. It almost seems like when they broke the gate or whatever, when they like built the their ballpark and everything started flooding out, that's when the sharks came in. So it's almost like, if anything, maybe that's a drain and that's where all the water came from. Everybody was very curious about what was happening. Nobody knew what was happening. So let us continue with talking about Season 21. Go long. As the teams investigated the feature of E-density and levels, fans were presented with a unique opportunity to explore as Chorby's Soul Edition appeared in the gift shop. When did this happen? Season 21. Okay, Season 21.
Yeah.
Season 21, day... Let's go to day 30, because that's, like, right after Siesta.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to the gift shop, wish list, there's this. Chorby's Soul Edition. Get a custom replica of Chorby's Soul wielding Chorby's Soul on your team for the rest of the season.
Huh?
So you are now allowed to pick that you want to have Chorby's Soul. Like, with the soul and everything. You can make yourself incredibly heavy on purpose if you want. Ain't that fucking silly? Let me check something really quick. Was it at this point or later? Georgia's handed. And also, Atlantis Georgia's ended up getting some kind of blessing. I don't remember how they got this, called Light-Handed. All items held by players on this team have negative E-density. Something we had learned at some point, and I don't remember exactly how we learned this, is the fact that Chorby's Soul, when it's being sold, it says here, a custom replica of Chorby's Soul wielding Chorby's Soul, which means they're holding it as an item. I wish I knew why Jeremy wasn't talking. He's broken today. So there's an item in the game that Chorby's going to be holding on to that is just as heavy as Chorby's soul used to be. So the Georgias are like, oh fuck. If Chorby is on our team and they're holding that, we're gonna have like massive negative weight, and we're gonna go flying into the desert. A lot of teams were coming up with a lot of really interesting ideas. The worms, being the worms known for digging, wanted to be the ones to dig all the way down to the bottom of the game and hit the gates at the bottom. The Georgias... Jeremy's a bit sick today. I was too, so I don't blame him. The worms wanted to go down because the worms love digging. The Georgias wanted to go up because Georgias as a team had this mindset. I just realized I forgot to take the chart off the screen, so you probably didn't see me checking the Georgias thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Georgias had this mindset, really, where since they were introduced into the game kind of halfway through, during when the crabs broke the Immateria and all the teams spilled out, they had this idea in mind that they were kind of seen as like a baby team. Like, these are like the new guys. They don't have as much history. They don't have as much like staying power. They were kind of worried about being like underappreciated, and they were always trying to find ways to make themselves relevant. So they're like, this is our chance. We could do something important here. And the worms were like, we could go down. We could go down.
We could dig down.
We could
go down now.
They love dirt.
They love, you know what the hell? Yeah,
Worms fans were constantly demanding dirt blood, which does not exist in this game.
So, if one of the hypothetical here, if one of the team members or one of the players on the worms got Chorby's soul, would that make them heavier?
Yeah,
to go down?
because the Worms don't have that underhanded ability that the Georges had. The Georges have this light-handed. All items held by players on this team have negative E density, so that would make them incredibly lightweight, and they'd go flying up to the top of the chart. The Worms don't have anything like that. Actually, no, the Worms actually have heavy-handed. All items on this team have positive E density, so that basically guarantees that no matter what, they always have a positive weight. They always go down.
This is great. Oh, I love this.
They always go down. So both of these teams were like, we could be funny.
I could. Huh. Okay. This is...
Also, if I go to the gift shop, wish list, Liquid Friend, Mint Edition, get 1/2 of the dynamic hard-boiled duo on your team for the rest of the season. Uncle Plasma Mint Edition, get 1/2 of the dynamic hard-boiled duo on your roster for the rotation for the rest of the season. You were able to have copies of Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend on your team now. Anybody can have Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend.
Okay.
So things are kind of interesting. There's a lot of interesting things happening right now.
Yes.
I think at this time, did the firefighters do the funny thing yet, or was that later? We did our own kind of funny thing. Do we have Jeepa, Isaac, Gabriel? Who's Gabriel? Okay, no, we didn't do it yet. We had a funny idea what we were gonna do with Gabriel. Is he negative? No. He actually didn't have any blessings on him at all. God damn. This man is so fucking powerful and he has no abilities. He was one of the best. Okay, so we kind of have an idea of what's happening here, what the teams have in mind. First was the Atlantis Georges, who, thanks to their light-handed modifier, were able to use Torby's Soul to shoot up to level 0 on the depth chart. Which I guess I could skip ahead to when they start doing this shit. Let's go to Season 21, Day 75. I go to the chart. Depth. You can see they are all the way. Here we go. The Georges are all the way at the top. They hit 0. Well, they're basically at 0. I think they were on 0 the very next game or this game. You can see the Worms have hit the bottom. They are all the way down at the bottom now.
Okay.
Because they did exactly what they wanted. They hit 0 on the depth chart. When the team reached the desert on the charts, it prompted a message from the reader, popped up on screen, that simply read, "Touchdown, special teams, tumbleweed sound." This resulted in the Blaseball 0 website being updated to show a large number of cacti and the reveal of a Blaseball. So, this website didn't exist originally, but upon this happening, the website did exist, and there is a tiny little Blaseball hidden back there behind one of the cactuses. As I mentioned before, Blaseball don't do anything in game. They're kind of just achievements. So the Georges hitting Blaseball 0 in this case and revealing the desert, they just found a Blaseball. There was no, arguably there was no actual thing that happened here aside from them being like, "Hey, we got a Blaseball." Congratulations, guys! I'm so proud of you. You got your little funny. I can kind of zoom in as much as I can here to show the Blaseball. You can see it's just like a circle with a bunch of dots in it. They did their best. That's one of the downsides of the Georges, and I feel really bad, is they tried so hard to be important, and every single time they did anything that was like, this is our chance to do something, it was like, nothing really happens. Or like something else gets in the way. They did, but I do respect their what's the word? Chutzpah? They were gung-ho. I respect that. Back to here. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the Ohio Worms reached the gates on day 21, season 21, day 75. This was due to them picking up Torby's Soul to plunge to the depths of the chart, where, to the surprise of the Worms and the replica, to the surprise of the Worms and basically everybody else in the league, not only did they get a replica of Torby's Soul, but they also got a replica of the 2 detectives, Uncle Plasma and Liquid Friend, who were yoked, just because they wanted to see what would happen. The dynamic duo protected them from the consumer attacks many had been dreading, and I believe I could show you what they were doing. If I go to the feed, special, what did it say? Shaboom! Liquid Friend 2 power bombed a consumer! Let's see. There's gotta be more. I know there's more than just the one. I guess maybe it was just early on. If I go to, what day is this, 75? I could go to the next one. 21 day 76. Here we go. Now the Georgias are all the way up in the desert, as they should be, and the Worms are all the way at the fucking bottom of the board. Speed special. Liquid Friend 2 drop kick to consumer. Thud. Liquid Friend battering ram to consumer. The fact that these two were on the same team together, turns out their whole dynamic duo thing was like a wrestling dynamic duo. They suddenly were like tag teaming the fucking consumers, and every single time a consumer tried to attack a player, one of these two detectives would just fucking grab one and suplex the fucking thing.
Holy shit.
So you'd be watching a game, and then, like, you just get text in the feed that's like, somebody hits a single, somebody's out, blah, 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 whammo, dropkick.
Get dropkick, idiot. Like, huh?
Here's something funny. Lucius Sunday hits a solo home run. Scratch Delarose went up for the alley-oop, and they slammed it down for an extra run. They had, like, basketball hoops in the fucking ballparks. So this home run, this solo home run got turned into 2 runs because another player went up and fucking slam dunked that fucking shit, I guess. But Blaseball was getting fucking stupid. There was basketball, there's wrestling in it now. The reader's constantly making football references. There's like a skateboard fucking grind rail between first and third base. There's so much happening at all times. They got the Moist Talkers. Like, teams have a whole bunch of modifications. The Moist Talkers, for example, just because you like the Moist Talkers. This team will play 25% better in flooding weather when runners are on base. Players batting for this team will always swing at strikes when there are 2 outs on the board, which is good. This team will accept unruns for each non-loss that, so that they only non-lose by 1 run.
Okay.
This was fucking stupid but funny. This is where that really ridiculous score came from earlier, by the way. Because runs have a weight to them, because your score is literally a weight, this basically said if you win a game, at the end of the game, you will just suddenly lose a whole bunch of runs, so that you're only winning by 1. Which, at the end of the day, you still win. It's just you only won by 1. All those extra runs just kind of get deleted, so they don't weigh you down anymore. It's just, the wording of it is really fucking bad, because Blaseball wants to make things confusing. You will accept unruns for each non-loss, so that you only non-lose by 1. I love that. Overperforming, you just do better, and then this party will overperform in the late